Hi guys, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. This is Engelgeist. Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over at Patreon, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a collective reading. I speak in broad terms. You need to figure out where it best fits you or if it fits at all in your life. If it does not, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything is broken or wrong. You just might be working on something different. It's originally created for Wednesday, the 18th of May. It is not necessarily only to be used on that date. If you're seeing it on a date that's different, I believe that our higher selves, our spirit guides, our higher power or God, if you may call him that, they find these messages and get them to us when we need them rather than when they were originally created for. So if you're a daily watcher, you know how to sort of tune in and follow along. But if you're just tuning in and getting this randomly on, say, 3 years from now in a different month altogether, still pay attention to the reading itself. If it applies to an area of your life, certainly utilize it to validate you and support you in your decision making. Don't allow it to make the decision for you, though. That's the key. I'm not here to take away anybody's free will. I'm just here to inform you of what may be available to you, what's accessible within you, what energies might be at work, either for or against us, around us, that we need to be aware of. And ultimately, everything's a teacher, whether it's positive or negative, it's a teacher. So I kind of look at life that way. It may not be easy when it's negative, but it's a teacher. So I will refer back to the underpinning energy. That's the Sunday reading, which populates in the lower left-hand corner. If you want to watch that, feel free to do so you understand a little bit about what I was looking at when I pulled the cards for Sunday for the week ahead. These are the cards that lay underneath this. So they're having a sort of like either a subliminal, subconscious, or just sort of under effect to the reading. What else? Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and hit the notification bell. Let your friends know about me by sharing these videos out. And leave me a question or comment. I do read them all, and I do enjoy reading them. So thank you so very much. And let's get into these cards and see what's going on. Now, we're at Wednesday, which is the midweek. So that midweek energy is underpinning us right now. And I will talk about that card in a minute once I draw the first card. So we have the Five of Wands, which we saw her earlier this week. What day was it? Was it Monday? It had to have been Monday. Wasn't she with us? She was on Monday. Oh, and I didn't write yesterday's down. Great. Just great. And what was Vision? And what was the Rejuvenating Rain? I'll have to watch the video again. 1 second, guys. I can't remember. It wasn't the Nine of Swords yesterday, was it? No, I don't think it was. It was something else. All right. Anyways, Five of Wands. Wands is that fire energy, right? Five of Wands oftentimes can be about finding oneself in the midst of conflict. Conflict, I call it the whole lot of fuckery card, right? Where in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, there's a bunch of boys playing with wands and they're kind of battling it out, right? And somebody's going to be the winner. It could be you, right? But I often look at the Five of Wands with a kind of little bit of caution in the sense of like, is this a fight that we want to get into? Is this my circus? Is this my monkeys even, right? Or is this somebody else's agenda? Their ego pushing for whatever it is that they need or they want, right? And when I think about the Sunday reading, the underpinning balance or the underpinning card in this is balance. It's the Six of Pentacles, which is a very grounded, balanced, equitable energy, right? Where balance should be restored. Fives are about transition or change. So if we're feeling like a shift happening for us, and I'm going to talk about this in present time, we all just went through this full moon in Scorpio, right? We're still probably feeling the after effects of that, whatever that may be for you. It should be deeply transformative, emotional in nature, possibly psychic, probably more than possibly. And full moons are about letting go, right? And so when I look at this and I see this Five of Wands, and we have Mercury in retrograde, this is about I feel like rolling with the changes. Like maybe that's our song for the day is REO Speedwagon's Roll with the Changes. Like turn that on and let that be your jam today. The changes are transforming within us, right? And they're transforming at a spiritual level because this is wands. I get this sense, and I said this to you on Monday when I looked at her. She feels like she's bathing herself or washing herself clean of something, right? And when I say that, I think of this Scorpio full moon, which is supposed to be about deep transformative release. So have we released something within our space, whether consciously or unconsciously? Are we transforming or changing something within ourselves at a deeply spiritual level? Yesterday's oracle card was that rejuvenating rain, which also keys into this sort of like, I don't know why, but I feel like she's taking a shower. But it makes me think of that, right? The Six of Pentacles underneath this says that we're able to give and receive while we're in this state of flux or change. There might be some contemplation that comes with the Five of Wands. I often think of it in those terms. Yes, you see a battle happening, but is this a battle that we want to be involved in? Is this a desire, perception, viewpoint that works for us, whether it belongs to us or somebody else? Generally, the Five of Wands to me portrays an outside influence kind of affecting us, right? But this card and this design within this deck feels very solitary to me as she sits there alone amongst the Five Wands. So we might be looking at how we feel about what another person is doing, how we feel about what another person is saying. Is somebody pushing their agenda? Do we agree with that agenda? It's that sort of a thing, right? But is now the time to sort of get in the fray? That's also a Five of Wands thing to me. It's always like a cautionary, like, is this our fight? Do we want to get in there? And the fact that this keeps showing up, we have we started the week off in the Sunday reading with, I believe it was, what was the card? It was the Wheel of Fortune, right? Which is about picking paths, really. What's being made available to us should be positive, should be, so this could be us kind of taking the time to stop and really check in with our spirit and really see where we're at. Wash away and release whatever doesn't belong to us, whatever we don't need, whatever we don't agree with. We don't have to be super vocal about it. I don't get that from her. I don't get that she's in there telling everybody off and being, you're wrong, you're wrong, this is why I'm right. It's not that energy. Although that is a very Five of Wands energy or description. This feels a much more docile, much more internal, especially buffered with that Six of Pentacles underneath, right? That's going to be about being kind and compassionate, not only to oneself, but to everybody else involved. Maybe watching from the sidelines, right? But making our decisions very clearly for ourselves as we watch from the sidelines, as other people maybe do things we may not agree with, but that's okay, right? We allow those changes to take place because we have that balance of the Six of Pentacles underneath us. And then we also have I believe it's the World coming up at the end of the week, which would mean, not only endings, but new beginnings, chapters or paths really opening to us and us understanding like, okay, now it's time to move in this direction. And it should be really big in scale, very obvious to us. So let's see what the Oracle card has to say. And check out Rorio Speedwagon's Roll with the Changes just for a little bit of uplift, high-spirited energy. It's a great song. Okay. This is Passion and Pleasure. Savor your life. Look at her dancing around the fire. I love it. Right? She's got not a banjo. What are these things called? Oh my God, a tambourine. Banjo. Who am I? But they're having a party. They're under the moon, right? Which is, again, I keep going back to this Scorpio friggin' moon. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of stuck on it. Hopefully in a few days I'll get off this track and just only be on Mercury retrograde. But I feel like she's connecting in a pleasurable and passionate way with her intuition. We have that here with the Five of Wands, even wands representing that connection to spirit, but it's transformative because it's a five, right? So there might be a connection that we're having within ourselves that we are maybe realigning and bringing back into a state of passion and pleasure, a state of acceptance and love, a state of like relish and enjoyment within ourselves. I love the burning nature of this fire in the center too, which also brings us to the element of Fire of Wands. Allow that fire of spirit to embolden you in your changes, in your choices, in your letting go, right? And then dance around the fire that is within you, right? Because that's what makes you you, and enjoy it. Let it flow. Move forward and change with like confidence. And even if you're not 100% sure it's the right decision, who cares? Just go. because it feels like the Wheel of Fortune is opening up to us and the world is ready to give us everything at the end of the week. We just have to be brave enough to just take the leap. And I think that's why she feels like she's in preparation. This Five of Wands, like she's bathing herself or anointing herself or, doing some sort of maybe a ritual or something to release and move forward. And I'm all for that, right? Remember, the key word underneath this is forgive. So Five of Wands would also be full of forgiveness because it is usually a battle of some sort. She definitely looks in this nurturing self-care space more than in a battle space, right? So forgiving ourselves and those that we've been involved with or we don't agree with also frees us up so that we can move forward and release and enter into this passion and pleasure, trusting the fire within our spirit, the beauty of the intuition of our moon, like the card has there, and do the dance and dance for ourselves and ourselves alone. Let me read passion and pleasure. Passion and pleasure, savor your life. Find joy in the moment, no matter what is occurring in your life. If you simply focus on what is splendid, wonderful, and pleasurable in the moment, everything improves. Live deliciously. Love often and live fully. Cherish your friendships. Fill your life with people, experiences, places that give you delight and joy. Let go of those people and things that don't appreciate or empower you. Give yourself permission to be happy. The sacred traveler wants you to know, when the traveler meets a band of gypsies, the traveler stops to dance into the early morning hours. Sometimes we get so caught up with wondering what's around the next bend and worrying about our current challenges that we forget to focus on what's great in the moment. You're not meant to simply work hard and be diligent and practical. Embrace pleasure whenever you can. Allow your senses to be satiated. Find and explore the beauty around you. You don't need to suffer to grow. You can grow spiritually by leaps and bounds through joy. Dance, eat well, and drink well. Share joy wherever you can. Lovely sentiment, and I'm all for it. Forgiving oneself and freeing oneself up to experience that joy and that pleasure is key. So go ahead and do that today. And let's see, what is the grounding stone for today? Something to ground in. Again, this is also on Tiger's Eye, right? So to me, Tiger's Eye, it's a very grounding stone, but it's also like kind of scrutinizing, the whole idea of Tiger's Eye. We're going to look at things differently or a little bit more in depth. It's faith. Guys, we have on Tiger's Eye earlier, forgive. So having faith in ourselves, having faith in the fire that burns within us, having faith in the transformations that have taken place or in the releasing of whatever it is we need to let go of so that we can move forward, having faith in our intuition, having faith in enjoying what it is that we've created thus far, even if we don't quite understand it, even if it doesn't feel like it's quite yet enough, even if it feels like we may want or need more. Enjoy what we have now in the moment and having faith in ourselves, in our higher self, in our own higher power, in our connection to spirit, in our connection to our spirit guides. And allowing that to be our guide today is going to guide us through this. And remember that Six of Pentacles underneath is a very balancing, discerning, grounded energy. Tap into that too as these transformations and changes come through us, right? And allow that to be our guide towards this passion and pleasure. Allow that to be our guide to ground us into this faith in ourselves or in our life, right? And into the changes or the shifts or the desires that we want to have take effect, because they are about to, if they haven't already. They are opening to us because we have, like I said, that Wheel of Fortune at the beginning of the week and we have the World at the end. So transformation is afoot. And when we see this Five of Wands twice in the last 3 days, fives are about change, which is transforming. So allow yourself to somewhat, cleanse and enjoy the experience and have faith in the experience that you're not being led wrong. Use your best judgment, listen to your heart, trust your spirit. That is your forecast for the day, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please like the video, share the video out, subscribe to the channel if you're new to me, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow as we watch this energy build. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. It should be lovely. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.